Oh my gosh, it's so hot outside, I can't stand it. But nothing's going to prevent me from doing Spider Slayers Haul, episode 323. Stay tuned, guys. Hey comic book fans, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. And fans, you're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer. Get ready to do Spider Slayers Comic Book Haul. This is episode 323. This is the video series where each and every week I show you the fans which comic books I picked up at the comic book store. That's right, fans. Now, quick note before we get started into this haul is I will be out of town next week. I'm going on vacation, so that means no videos whatsoever. I will return the following week. So, until then, let's just enjoy this week's haul, shall we? So, 2 bags this week, guys. Look at that. Heavy duty. So, let's get started with bag number 1, shall we? So, we'll take these comic books off. Bags on the floor. Let's get started. Let's talk about these books now, shall we? All right, so here we go. First things first is Darkhawk, issue 3. Yeah, we got to see a big transformation here. The amulet was transferred. We got this crazy Darkhawk now. He's got like feathers on him and all kinds of crazy stuff. I love this Infinity Countdown event. This is the one event that's tied in that is really pretty badass. The artwork continues to be really good in this book. The story tends to be solid. This is the one that's worth reading, and hopefully this brings on an ongoing Darkhawk saga or series in the future. So, this is Darkhawk issue number 3. Next, Hunt for Wolverine continues in Mystery in Madripoor. So this is all the females in the X-Men universe are teamed up together to try to look for Wolverine. This was a really pretty decent book. The artwork is definitely out there, but if you're a fan of it, I think you're going to like this series and what this book has to offer. Quite interesting as you get to see Magneto in this book as well. So this is pretty cool. Really interesting book. So I liked it. Mystery in Madripoor. This is issue number 2. Alright, next. Thing and Human Torch. Issue number 7. Legacy numbering is issue 107 as Johnny Storm and the Thing continue their quest to find Reed and Sue Storm and the kids. Will they be successful? I don't know. We'll find out as time will tell as our heroes jump from universe to universe and trying to find Sue and Reed. Spider-Man looks like is in this book. Definitely a different type of world this time around based off of what I'm seeing here. Yeah, so this is going to be interesting going forward. So the Thing and the Human Torch, issue number 7. Next, very first issue of Multiple Man. How is he alive? Thought he died. So I guess we'll find out in this book. Opening up, here is the artwork in case you're on the fence about Multiple Man, about artistic-wise. Some people don't buy books because of the art. That's me sometimes as well. But artwork's pretty steady. We can see Strongman in this issue, right? So it reminds you a lot about X-Factor in here. So when you're reading this book, the way it looks right now. So Multiple Man, issue number 1. Next, the continuation of Old Man Hawkeye, issue number 6. Last issue, we got to see old Katie Bishop in the issue. And so we're going to see her involvement in all this. Here's the opening pages of artwork in here. So maybe we'll get to see her backstory and what has actually happened with her. So I love Old Man Hawkeye. This series is really good. I love how the Venom symbiote Multiple Man is chasing after him as well. So Baron Zemo's in there too. So yeah, really good looking book. This is issue number 6. Next, the first issue of Sentry from Marvel Comics. So the Sentry's back. How is he back? I don't know. Did he make his return in another comic book? I don't know. He's just ripping up people to shreds here in this opening pages. The artwork looks pretty interesting. If you like Century, you might like this book. I was a huge fan of him in the past, but we'll see what the series has to offer. So this is Century, issue number 1. Looks like he's very angry. Next, Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man is coming home. This is part 1. A lot of fans were not a huge fan of the annual, but yes, that's the annual. So this starts a new story arc. So will this story arc be entertaining for its readers? Looks like got Daredevil and Robbie the Robot in there. Also, you know, hopefully this story goes in a newer direction. You know, get off of all the time jumping nonsense and things like that. So, yeah. So Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man. Here we go. Issue number 306. Part 1 of that new story arc. Next, the continuation of Saga. This is chapter 53. Looks like the Will escaped in the last issue. If I'm not mistaken, one of the reporters wound up getting shot. I love the fantasy world in Saga. Just the world that is set place. I love the story in this book. From what I heard, it's ending in the 60s. So this is quite interesting right here. So if you're a fan of the series, we're going to see how this all pans out, you know, going towards the end here. Brian K. Vaughan, Fiona Staples. Beautiful book, guys. Beautiful. Saga, chapter 43. Excuse me. Prelude to the Wedding. Harley Quinn versus Joker. If you're a fan of these two characters, this might be the most highly anticipated one yet. And the wedding issue comes out next week. You know, a lot of people are upset about Kitty and Colossus. Will you be upset when it comes to Catwoman and Bruce? Artwork is quite different in this book. So we'll get to see what it also has to offer in here. Got Joker all chained up on a chair. So we'll see here, guys. So Harley Quinn versus Joker. There we go. Alright. Next. Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, issue number 47. Hector Hammond's in this book. This story has been pretty good. Even though I felt like the last issue with Guy Gardner, it was a little, I don't know, kind of filler in there to be like, hey, I'm Guy Gardner, I'm a Dark Star, I want to kill my father type of issue. It looks like maybe this story progresses it a little bit further, hopefully, to see where we go with this. This whole story is going to end at 50, because that's Robert Venditti's last issue on this book. And I think that's when the story comes to the end. So here's the artwork as we're going through it. So here we go. So Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, issue 47. Next, issue 5 of 6, Mera, Queen of Atlantis. Should be Ocean Master and Mera, Queen of Atlantis. It's definitely like a team-up book. The artwork, though, has been solid. The colors have been solid in here as well. And the story for me has been okay. You know, it's a lot of lovey-dovey type of stuff. You know, am I going to be queen? I'm not going to be queen of Atlantis. My powers don't work. My powers do work. I'm going to rule. You're not going to rule. We're going to betray you. We're not going to betray you. You know, stuff like that. So, Mera, Queen of Atlantis, issue number 5. Next, the continuation of the weekly series. This is issue 5 of 6, The Man of Steel. We've seen this cover before, right? Kind of like when Superman gets his ass beat by Doomsday, but he still won, and then he died at the end. Well, does he fight this guy? Does he die at the end of this series? I don't know. We're still finding out, you know, the ins and outs of what Brian Michael Bendis is doing in this particular little mini-series here that comes out weekly. Artwork is okay. It's been different artists because it has to come out weekly. The story's been okay, too. I feel like the story's been kind of a cookie-cutter type of story. It follows the same exact format each time. So, so yeah, this is, you know, I'm very curious to see where this is going to lead going forward with Clark and Lois and John as well. So this is the Man of Steel issue 5 of 6. Next, the Terrifics issue 5. This story's great. I love Plastic Man in this book. He's very comical in it. I just love how the dynamic between all the characters, how they can't split up. I think it's a fun read, a very interesting book. All the facial expressions have been really well done in here as well. It's just a really interesting story, and this is kind of the way Fantastic Four should be written, in my opinion, because they do it so well here. So really good book. Looking forward to Terrifics. This is issue number 5. Next, we have Wonder Woman. This is issue 49. The Fury of Savage Fire. This is the Dark Gods continuation. You get to see her and her brother fight side by side to fight these Dark Gods. Look at these crazy creatures, right? I recently jumped on board with this story arc. I haven't read Wonder Woman for a very long time besides this, and so I'm trying to catch up. Not too familiar with what's happening, but nevertheless, it makes for an interesting read. Wonder Woman looks pretty good. You know, James Robinson is a hit or miss for me when it comes to his writing, but so far this story arc has been pretty good. So this is Wonder Woman issue 49. Next, we have Thor. This is issue 2. First issue, pretty solid. You know, we're going to get to see what happens in the book. I love the whole hammers falling down from the sky, you know, using multiple hammers. The world is quite different. Obviously, we get Del Mundo's artwork in here that did Weird World. This might be a miss for you if you're not a fan of his artwork. And then there was that secondary story in there in that first issue as well. So, very interesting. We'll see how Jason Aaron continues to write Thor and where the story progresses. So this is issue number 2. Check out this crazy stuff. So, yeah, issue number 2 of the book. All right, next. One of my favorite series right now, Venom issue 3, otherwise known as 168, as we get to see this entity, this huge symbiotic creature that's flying through the sky, which is a dragon, that all the other pieces have come basically from this dragon, and of course, S.H.I.E.L.D. screwed everything up. Artwork, very dark, by Ryan Stegman. Very interesting battle here. The way it's looking at. Miles Morales is also involved in this whole story, which makes it very unpredictable. You would think it's Peter Parker, but looks like they're up against a formidable foe here, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing what happens in Venom issue number 3. Looks like a lot of action here. So, next, independent comic, Kill or Be Killed, number 20. Look at this. Playing tribute to some Spider-Man here. Does he walk away from being the vigilante? I don't know, but we got to see him escape in the last issue. So artwork fits the book. You know, we get to see the style of artwork. The narration in this issue in this series has been really solid as well. Looks like a different costume the way we're seeing it right now too. So yeah, looking forward to seeing the next chapter. In Killed or Be Killed number 20. Ed Brubaker's killing it on this series. Alright, and next is actually Red Sonja by Dynamite. This is issue number 11. You know, Amy Chu writes a good series. The artwork, I think, is different this time around. It's not the same artist, but it does look pretty good as well. You know, nothing wrong with looking at Red Sonja. And I think we start a new story arc going forward with this issue as well. So this is issue number 17 of the series. Alright, and that is bag number 1. So what did I get in bag number 2? Well, first things first is we get bags and boards. So that's not too fun, right? You know, I know you've been waiting for bag number 2, and that sucks. But we did get 2 other things that I thought was kind of cool. So the first thing I got was Wolverine issue number 80. And I got it because it's the first X-23 in a test tube. So the concept of X-23 is here in this book, and I guess she's in a test tube. So I guess that's kind of cool. So I decided to pick it up. it's only $5. What the hell? It's in the collection, right? And then next, I've been meaning to get the individual issues, but it was too hard to get them, and I thought it was too pricey. And so I wound up getting the Thanos trade. That covers Donny Cates' run on this book. I've heard nothing but great things about it, and I'm happy to get this trade, and I'm hoping to read this trade while I'm away on my trip and do a review on it, because this just looks like a really awesome read. I'm really excited to get it. And with this and this, I wound up getting these things for free at the comic book shop because I had that much store credit, and it came to $25. So I got that stuff for free. I didn't pay a dime for it. So really excited to have those things. So guys, there is my haul for the week. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Now it's your turn in the comments below. Tell me what you picked up for this week, what you're most excited about reading. And fans, as always, thank you so much for watching Comic Book Corner 2.0. This channel does not work without your guys' support, your comments, and all that other stuff. So guys, if you like this video, subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up, hit that notification button so you don't miss a single video from me. And guys, until that next comic book review, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off. And thanks for watching, guys. Take care. I'll see you real soon. Bye.